Have you ever wondered what makes someone quietly more precious than gold as they age? It's not wealth, it's not status, and it's certainly not just luck. The truth is, after 65, there are certain qualities that, when nurtured, transform a person into someone truly irreplaceable, someone others deeply respect, admire, and want to be around. But the surprising thing? Many people overlook these very things, letting them slip away without realizing how much value they hold. In this video, we're going to explore 6 powerful things that, when cultivated, will make you not just loved, but truly cherished. These qualities have nothing to do with appearance or material success. They have everything to do with how you live, how you think, and how you carry yourself. The best part? These are things you can develop at any stage in life. No matter where you are right now, you have the ability to nurture these 6 things and become the kind of person whose presence alone makes an impact. Stay with me until the very end, because the last one is something most people don't realize until it's too late. If you've ever felt like you're fading into the background as you age, or if you've wondered how to maintain your sense of purpose and dignity, this is for you. These 6 things will not only help you stand out in a quiet, powerful way, but they will also give you a deep sense of fulfillment, something more valuable than any treasure in the world. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you enjoy this video, please type 1 in the comments. If you don't like it, type 0 in the comments to let me know so I can make better videos for you. Now, let's get started. Number 1. The ability to stay calm in any situation. Remember those days when the house was a whirlwind, kids running around, the phone ringing off the hook, dinner burning on the stove? Back then, staying calm felt like a luxury we couldn't afford. But now, with a little more gray in our hair and a few more lines on our faces, we've seen enough of life to know what's worth the worry. One of the most beautiful gifts we can give ourselves, and others, after 65 is a deep, steady calm. It's not about pretending everything's perfect. It's about knowing what matters and letting the small stuff slide. Take Harold, a 74-year-old retired firefighter I met at a community picnic. He's the kind of man who doesn't say much, but when he does, you listen. His grandkids adore him because he never brushes off their worries, and his friends lean on him because he doesn't fan the flames of drama. His wife told me that even after 50 years together, she still feels a quiet peace when he's around. Harold's calm isn't weakness, it's strength, honed by years of facing fires, both literal and figurative. He's learned that a spilled glass of milk isn't worth a raised voice, and a disagreement doesn't need to turn into a war. Studies show that older adults often handle stress better than younger folks. A 2016 report from the American Psychological Association found that people over 65 report lower stress levels and better emotional regulation, proof that life's ups and downs teach us how to keep our cool. This is one of those life lessons from the elderly we can all lean into. Pausing before we react, listening before we speak, and letting go of what won't matter next week. When you carry that calm, you become a rock for others, a safe harbor in a stormy world. And the best part? It makes your own days lighter too. What's a moment in your life when staying calm made a difference? For you or someone else? Share your story in the comments, I'd love to hear it. Number 2, a sense of curiosity that never fades. When we were kids, everything was a wonder. The way a caterpillar crawled, the sound of rain on the roof, the taste of a new recipe. Somewhere along the line, though, it's easy to think we've seen it all, especially after decades of living. But here's a secret. The folks who stay precious as they age never let that curiosity fade. They keep asking questions, exploring new corners of the world, and opening their hearts to what's different. Evelyn, a 76-year-old former school teacher, is a perfect example. She could have settled into a quiet routine, same TV shows, same chats with the same friends. Instead, she's the one at the library picking up a book on space travel or fiddling with her new smartphone to video call her grandkids. When I asked her why, she smiled and said, "There's still so much I don't know." And I love that. Her eyes light up when she talks, and people can't help but be drawn to her. She's not stuck in 1975. She's right here, growing with the world. Research backs this up. A 2020 study from the National Institute on Aging found that older adults who stay curious, learning new skills or hobbies, have sharper minds and happier hearts. Curiosity isn't just for the young. It's a lifeline that keeps us vibrant. Think about it. When was the last time you tried something new? Maybe it's a recipe, a book, or even asking your grandkid about that game they're always playing. That spark keeps you alive, and it's one of those life lessons from the elderly that reminds us the world's still full of wonders, no matter how many candles are on the cake. If you're still here, thank you for sharing this quiet moment with me. If today's message touched something true in your life, just comment number 2 so I know you're here. And if you haven't yet, I'd love for you to subscribe and tap the bell so you won't miss what's next. This channel is a gentle space where experience matters, kindness is shared, and growing older means something. I'm truly grateful you're here. Number 3, the strength to set boundaries without guilt. For years, many of us said yes when we wanted to say no. We helped with every favor, listened to every complaint, and stretched ourselves thin to keep the peace. But as we get older, there's a quiet power in learning to set boundaries, not out of meanness, but out of love for ourselves. It's about knowing our time and energy are precious and choosing where to spend them wisely. Robert, a 73-year-old retired mechanic, used to be that guy who'd drop everything to help. If a neighbor needed a ride or a friend wanted to vent for hours, he was there, even when his back ached or his spirit sagged. Then one day, he realized he was worn out. Not just tired, but unappreciated. So he started saying no when he needed to, kindly but firmly. Now he helps when he wants to, not because he has to, and he spends his days with people who lift him up. He told me, "I'm happier now than I've been in years, and folks respect me more too." A 2018 survey by AARP found that 60% of adults over 65 feel more confident setting boundaries than they did in their younger years. That's wisdom at work, knowing you deserve respect, not guilt, for guarding your peace. It's not selfish, it's a gift to yourself and a signal to others about how to treat you. Next time someone asks too much, try a gentle, "I'd love to, but I can't right now." You'll feel the weight lift, and they'll see your worth shine through. When did you first realize it was okay to say no? I'd love to hear your experience in the comments. Number 4, a presence that brings warmth and comfort. There's something special about those folks who walk into a room and make it feel softer, safer. It's not about being loud or flashy. It's a gentle warmth that wraps around you like a favorite quilt. After 65, this kind of presence becomes a treasure, built from years of listening, caring, and understanding what people need without them saying a word. Joan, a 75-year-old former nurse, has that gift. She's not the one leading the conversation at the senior center, but she's the one everyone wants to sit by. Her voice is soft, her smile real, and when she listens, you feel like you're the only person in the world. Her daughter told me Mom's always been kind, but now it's like her warmth glows brighter every year. People don't forget how Joan makes them feel, seen, heard, and cared for. Science says this matters. A 2019 study from the University of Michigan found that older adults who offer emotional support strengthen their own well-being too. It's a two-way street. Your warmth comforts others and fills your own heart. Maybe it's a kind word to the cashier, a pat on a friend's hand, or just sitting quietly with someone who's hurting. That's the magic of life lessons from the elderly. You don't need grand gestures to make a difference, just a little light from your soul. If you're still here, thank you for sharing this quiet moment with me. If today's message touched something true in your life, just comment number 4 so I know you're here. And if you haven't yet, I'd love for you to subscribe and tap the bell so you won't miss what's next. This channel is a gentle space where experience matters, kindness is shared, and growing older means something. I'm truly grateful you're here. Number 5, the ability to find joy in simplicity. One of the greatest secrets to a truly fulfilling life after 65 is learning to find joy in the simple things. This doesn't mean settling for less. It means recognizing that some of the most beautiful, meaningful moments don't come from big achievements or extravagant experiences. They come from small, everyday pleasures that too many people overlook. People who are quietly more precious than gold are those who have mastered this. They don't need constant excitement to feel content. They don't chase things they don't really want. Instead, they have a way of seeing beauty where others see nothing special. A warm cup of coffee on a quiet morning, the feeling of sunlight on their face, the way laughter sounds when shared with good friends, the peace of a simple, well-lived day. Take someone like George, an 80-year-old retired carpenter. He's not wealthy, he's not famous, but he is genuinely happy. He doesn't waste time complaining about what he doesn't have. He wakes up every morning with a deep appreciation for what he does have. When he takes a walk, he notices the way the leaves move in the wind. When he eats a meal, he truly enjoys each bite. When he talks to his old friends, he listens, laughs, and soaks in the moment instead of letting his mind drift to worries about the past or future. And here's what makes this so powerful. People can feel this kind of contentment. They can sense when someone is at peace with life, when someone is genuinely grateful, when someone has let go of the need to constantly chase more and instead appreciates what is already there. And that kind of presence is rare. It is magnetic. It is the kind of presence that others want to be around. But here's the problem. Too many people spend their later years focusing on what's missing instead of what's right in front of them. They dwell on regrets, they compare their lives to others, they convince themselves that happiness is something they left behind. But the truth is, the most precious people are those who know how to make the present moment feel enough. They don't waste energy complaining about things they can't change. They don't let small inconveniences ruin their peace. They choose joy over and over again in the smallest of ways. This isn't about pretending that life is always perfect. It's about training your mind to notice the good even on the ordinary days. It's about appreciating what's already here instead of longing for something else. And it's about realizing that true happiness isn't found in grand moments. It's built little by little in the way you move through life every single day. What simple moment brought you joy this week? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. Number 6, a deep sense of self-respect that no one can shake. There is something undeniably powerful about a person who knows their worth, someone who carries themselves with quiet dignity, who doesn't seek approval from others, and who refuses to let age diminish their sense of self. This kind of deep, unwavering self-respect is one of the most valuable things you can cultivate after 65, and it is what makes a person truly irreplaceable. Many people spend their younger years worrying about what others think of them, trying to fit in, trying to prove themselves, trying to be liked. But the people who become quietly more precious than gold are the ones who, with time, learn that their worth is not something that needs to be validated by anyone else. They stop chasing external approval, they stop wasting energy on people who don't appreciate them, and most importantly, they stop apologizing for who they are. Take someone like Louise, a 78-year-old retired librarian. She used to be the kind of person who always put others first, who went out of her way to make everyone happy, even at the expense of her own happiness. But as she got older, she realized something. Her time, her energy, and her peace mattered too. She stopped saying yes to things she didn't want to do. She stopped feeling guilty for prioritizing herself. She stopped letting other people's opinions define her choices, and because of that, she became someone others deeply respect. Self-respect isn't about being arrogant or dismissing others. It's about knowing your own value and refusing to let anyone diminish it. It's about setting standards for how you deserve to be treated and never lowering those standards just to keep someone else comfortable. It's about looking in the mirror and knowing that, no matter what, you are enough, as you are, without needing to prove anything to anyone. And here's the thing, people can feel when someone respects themselves. It's in the way they speak, the way they walk, the way they handle challenges. A person with self-respect doesn't beg for attention. They don't need validation. They don't tolerate disrespect. Instead, they carry themselves with a quiet strength that makes others instinctively treat them with the same respect they demand from themselves. But too many people, as they age, let their self-worth fade. They convince themselves that they are less valuable just because they are older. They believe that they must shrink themselves, stay silent, or accept less than they deserve. But the truth is, age should make your self-respect stronger, not weaker, because with age comes experience, wisdom, and the realization that your worth has never been dependent on anyone else's opinion of you. Final thoughts. As we come to the end of this journey together, let's pause and sit with these 6 qualities for a moment. Calm, curiosity, boundaries, warmth, joy and simplicity, and self-respect. They're not about the things we chased in our younger years, like money or titles, or the applause we might have once hoped for. No, these run deeper. They're about the way you hold yourself after all these years, the kindness you share with the folks around you, and the choices you make each day to live true to who you've become. The people who grow quietly, more precious than gold, aren't the ones shouting for attention. They're the ones who've learned that real worth comes from wisdom, a gentle heart, and knowing their own value. And here's the beautiful thing. Those gifts only shine brighter with time. But let me share a little truth I've picked up along the way. These qualities don't just bloom on their own. They ask something of us, a little intention, a steady choice, a promise to keep growing no matter how many seasons we've seen. Life's taught us that nothing worthwhile comes easy, hasn't it? Whether it was raising a family, weathering tough times, or finding our footing after a fall, we've learned that the best things take effort. And that's the secret here, to decide to be the kind of person who keeps evolving, who shines in that quiet, powerful way that only comes from a life well lived. If you see a bit of yourself in any of these 6 things, take heart. You're already walking a good road. Maybe you've felt that calm settle in during a storm, or you've found joy in a simple morning coffee. Or perhaps you're feeling a nudge to nurture one of these a little more, to let it take root in your days. Wherever you are, know this. You're not just here to be valued by others, you're here to value yourself too. And when you do, when you step fully into the person you've grown to be, you'll find that respect, love, and a deep sense of peace follow like old friends coming home. I'd love to sit with you over a cup of tea and hear your thoughts. Which of these 6 qualities tugs at your heart the most? Is there one you've been tending to over the years, or maybe one you'd like to focus on now? Share a little piece of your story in the comments. I read everyone, and it's a joy to hear the wisdom you've gathered along the way. Life's taught us that our stories matter, not just for what we've done, but for what we've learned and what we pass on. Thank you for spending this time with me today. It means the world to hear from you, so please leave a comment below and tell me one thing that struck you today. Maybe a lesson you'll carry forward or a way you'll weave it into your life. Your words are a treasure to us, and they keep us going, eager to share more with you. If this touched you, if it lit a little spark, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't yet, and pass it along to someone who might need it. Your support helps us keep bringing you these moments of reflection and hope. As we part ways for now, I'll leave you with an old proverb that stayed with me. The best mirror is an old friend. It reminds us that the truest reflection of who we are comes from the life we've lived and the love we've shared. You've got a beautiful story, friends. Keep adding to it, and know you're more precious than gold. I'll see you next time. Until then, take care and keep shining.